Good morning, everyone, from the Grand Floridian. Welcome to day 12 of my Disney World adventure. Let's do it. So I honestly think it's so hard. I can't really pick what's the highlight yet, but truly one of the greatest highlights was watching the fireworks from our balcony last night. I mean, just spectacular. I can't get enough of this view. I literally have been out here all morning and greatest thing in the world has happened. There's room service. So we did that. We had a beautiful, beautiful egg breakfast this morning with Mickey waffles, mimosa. He had a Bloody Mary. Absolutely. It delivered by a human. Like, it wasn't in a bag. It was on a tray. Like, it was the way things used to be. Exactly what my dream was. It was what my dream was. And it's the first Disney resort that I've stayed at on this trip where they've actually had that come back. So I wanted to tell you guys about an experience I had checking in. Again, you know me, I tell it like it is, and I will absolutely tell you the truth of exactly what my experience was. And when we checked in, we literally, no joke, and I have the video of it, we were in right there. And as you can see, there is an enormous tree right there in front of it. Now, if you shift over that tree, it's lovely. It's a lovely tree. It's a very interesting Florida mossy tree. Love it. Very cool. But it is completely blocking the view of the lagoon. And then if you look out to the corner, you could see the castle. So I was like, this is pretty obstructed, and like, is there anything better? Called immediately, got a woman on the phone, no hold, no nothing, no nonsense. Immediately got a woman. She's like, let me show you, let me tell you what we got. She started to give me 2-3 different options, telling me she had a map in front of her. This is in the back office. She had a map in front of her of exactly where the trees were and what the views were. I mean, it was incredible. She just kept helping us. And then we were actually able to go and look at a bunch of different rooms before we committed, because we're going to be here for quite a few days. And so we were like, this is a big deal. So we want to make it perfect, and why not? And we had the opportunity. And she would just keep sending different room numbers to our phone. Again, you guys, just when you're in Disney, ask for what you want, get what you want, and look at. Ended up with the perfect view. All I needed to do was like shift over one room, and it's totally gorgeous and clear. We had the most perfect view of the fireworks and of the electrical light parade. It's not called the electrical light parade, the electrical boat parade. So anyway, the key to all of this is, please don't forget, this is my major tip. When you're at Disney, ask for what you want. You will get someone on the phone 90% of the time that really cares, and they will make it happen. I haven't seen it fail yet. And I mean, to the point where like, she worked with us for like an hour, and we're kind of like checking out different rooms. Like, that was kind of cool too. But she wanted to make sure that we were happy and that we loved our room. And there you go. And we ended up with a spectacular room. So again, that's part of the Disney magic. Always ask for what you want. Watching the fireworks here last night was so beautiful. It was so totally magical. I mean, there are no words to describe it. Like, being able to sit out here in your own little comfy balcony area and just sit here and watch. It just doesn't get any better than that. It just doesn't. Sorry, there's a lot of boat traffic. It's just a lot of boat traffic. the cutest boats in the world, just literally honking all day long. It's so sweet. I honestly, like, I don't even need to go to the park, but we are going to the park. We're headed over to the Magic Kingdom today. We're gonna grab some lunch. We're gonna have a beautiful dinner. I'm super excited. Let's do it. Kingdom right now. It's like 11 or noon. It looks gorgeous.
11:30.
11:30. A cavalcade just went through, so it's a little crowded. We are headed to the Skipper Canteen, which I love. I can't wait to go back to. Look at how gorgeous.
Okay. Look, you're looking at intensely at the minute.
Okay.
Can you guys do this?
For real. Gorgeous. Is that the Skipper Canteen. Already
But this is a special back room.
Oh yes, this is a special back room. Do you remember what it was called?
They said SEA.
Okay, so we are in the private secret room where the explorers used to meet, called the SEA, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. And you can see on the walls are all of the cool things that they have gathered on all their adventures and explorations, and basically you enter through a bookcase. So this is like the super secret room. I love this. I have never eaten in here before, but we are at the most special table because this is the butterfly table. It's so cool. Okay, so this is a perfect example of ask for what you want. I went up and I said, is the butterfly table available? Yes, you got it. I mean, this is so cool. So all these butterflies. Can I put you on camera, or are you shy still?
Don't you spicy meatball?
Okay, so basically Lillian loved butterflies, and Walt gave these butterflies to her, and when they died, they didn't know what to do with them, so they decided to put them in here. So these are all Lillian's butterflies gifted to her by Walt. It's so romantic, isn't it romantic?
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, this restaurant in general, very special, but this room in particular, extra special.
Extra special. I totally agree. This is really cool.
I adore it.
Look at how gorgeous the butterflies are. I mean, oh my God, what a day. This has been so fun. So we're heading back to the hotel. We had a phenomenal lunch at the Skipper Canteen, and the food there is so good. I just love the atmosphere. We had a phenomenal table. The service is spectacular. We went on Mine Train. We went on Big Thunder Mountain. It is honestly, though, I'm going to tell you, it is so crazy crowded. Now, again, I'm here in January. Thought this was an off season. Everybody thinks it's an off season. It really, there is nothing off about this right now, and especially Magic Kingdom. I had a reservation to just stop in for a little tiny bite at Tony's Taverna. That place is total madness. I do not recommend that. The service is not great. We waited. I had a reservation. I waited over a half an hour for a table, and it still didn't come up, and so we left. I just want you guys to know that's my experience. I'm going to tell it like it is. It's not good, so I'll never go back there. I just want you guys to know it's just chaotic. It's really chaotic right now. I think it just lends itself to the fact that it's really crowded, but they need to adjust for the crowds too. Like, there's this element of, like, for instance, at that Taverna restaurant, there's dozens and dozens of tables or outside that we just wanted an outside table just to have some air. It's cool. We wanted people watch, whatever. Empty. Dozens of empty tables. And 4 of them are seated. And we had to wait for somebody to get up. I don't even know what we were waiting for, to tell you the truth. It didn't make any sense. But it's frustrating because I feel like either there's a lack of awareness about how crowded it is, or they're not adjusting for it, but it is freaking crowded. It is crowded. It feels like, a holiday day. Honestly, it does. So just tip from me to you. Tony's Taverna is a no-go for me. Maybe you'll have a better experience there. But other than that, it's pretty crowded here. So just, it's adjusting expectations of when you think it's going to be an off time, and it isn't. But honestly, it's super fun. And with the Genie Plus and making reservations and having places to land and go, reservations usually work out great. You should be just fine. So just as long as you plan ahead. Lovely pool. This is the building for my room, literally right there. Having a nice, relaxing poolside glass of wine at the end of the day. It's so nice. just to relax for a moment. No more walking, running around, no more parks for a moment, no more crowds, no more masks. Yeah, it's really, really nice. No, I think these are like really important moments to have, and make sure that you like really give yourself the time, spread out your reservations and your park stuff and all that. Just make sure that you have the time to, for me, it's really to indulge and just explore and just really invest my time in these resorts. So I think one of the things for me is that I'm so taken with the resorts here, and I just want the time to explore them and really just relax into them and enjoy like the best things they have to offer. Obviously, the pools are one of them. We haven't had like the best weather here, needless to say, but this is just, it's still very lovely.
Are at one of the best restaurants, everyone would agree, California Grill on top of the Contemporary Resort. This place is so gorgeous. Isn't it like super romantic?
Yes. Sorry, I'm taking pictures.
Sorry, we're taking pictures. Oh, he's taking pictures of our cocktails. He got an absolutely beautiful, what is that?
Copper martini.
A topper?
A copper martini.
A copper martini. What's a copper?
It's a gin-based martini with a whole bunch of, it's actually a little bit more fruity than I would have expected, but it's actually a nice balance between the bitterness of the gin and the sweetness of the juice that's in there.
I really like it. Like, I don't like gin, and it's super light, and it's not sweet at all. I got the blackberry martini, and I don't normally drink martinis. It is so good. So, Opa. Anyway, drinks, whatever.
Super impressed.
The view is beyond. It's absolutely spectacular. I'm so excited to introduce you to this restaurant.
And by the way, pro tip for everybody out there, which I've learned from you, be a little bit of a pain in the butt and insist on getting a great table. It is worth it.
It is worth it. Like, the window table, I know it must sound like such a nightmare sometimes because, like,
you were not a nightmare.
No, and honestly,
you just asked for what you wanted.
Thank you. Yeah.
And then I guarantee
that's what I say all the time.
99% of people
just take it. I know.
Give it.
I know, and it can be like sort of weirdly intimidating in a weird way to just be like, hey, listen, and honestly, like, no joke, our reservation was at 5:45. There are no tables at the window except this table, and so I really wasn't expecting it to happen, but you know what I was willing to do is wait for it. Like, I'm willing to wait for the experience. We know we're here for the fireworks anyway. Wait for it. But I love this bar too, so I have no problem in the world just waiting for it. We could have had an appetizer, had a drink up there. It doesn't matter. I think, like, part of the reason, like, I want to make experiences like what my expectation is because, like, that's what my dream is when I wanted to come here, and that's when I made the reservation, blah, blah, blah. But the key is that I've got all the time in the world. I'll wait for it. It will happen. It does. So that's the other thing. So all we had to say to the lady was, listen, she kind of hemmed and hawed for like 30 seconds, not even. We said, listen, do you have a window table? And she was like, well, you might have to go downstairs. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. I said, we'll go to the bar and wait, no problem. And then she said, well, let me go ask. 5 seconds later, we had the greatest table in the restaurant, so. High five.
Not to say that the other table would have been like anything but spectacular.
Right.
It absolutely would have been spectacular, but this is like ratcheted up you know, a whole other level.
It's just kind of like the dream experience too. So there you go.
So we had an absolutely spectacular dinner at California Grill. I mean, the experience itself is so wonderful. The view is incredible, but the food is amazing. Those beef short rib wontons are heaven. The sushi is fantastic. Absolutely loved it. I mean, the food is so good. So good. Everything we had was amazing. But then going outside to see the fireworks, it's just next level. And now we're back home. There's boats floating around. The electrical light pageant is floating around. So that is my day 12 of my Walt Disney World adventure. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you soon.